Hey guys, welcome back. Like I said in the last video, or wrote in the last video, I will do a short introduction to my new setup, which is a bit smaller. You see it on this table here, because before that setup here I had one additional 104 HP case below and pallet case 62 HP on the side for drums, and I realized it's too much when I do something. I mainly use handful of modules, and a lot of modules are not used, and it's not so easy to have the overview which module is connected to what. And I think also for video it's not so good to let you know what I'm doing. I think it's easier to reduce a bit, and from a creativity point of view it's better to reduce a bit, in my opinion, because I would like to have a monster case, because I'm not right sure, but I think more than 160 modules in the meantime, and even the per monster case with the base, which is 1000 HP, I think, would not be enough. And yeah, it would be good to have access to every module I have if I want to do something, but I think sometimes it's good to reduce yourself a bit. Okay, I will just go quickly over the modules. I will not go into detail, and sorry, I have no audio set up to have sound from the case and the microphone. We'll change that perhaps in the future, that I can talk and do something. So this will be no sound demo, will be just short introduction, which modules I use or I plan to use. I will see if I really will use them or not, because a couple of them I have for a long time and haven't used them. I like them, but I'm not sure if I will use them in future, so this is a good opportunity to try them out. Okay, enough warm up. Okay, the first module, I think everybody, or near everybody, will know, is the Pamela's Pro Workout, or it's a new workout or Pro Workout. Makes no such big difference in my opinion, but this was one of my first modules, and I know when I started I thought, oh fuck, this is so expensive and it's just a clock. But it's not just a clock. You have 8 outputs, you see it blinking different speeds, you have a BPM here, you can change settings for every of these outputs here, and this thing is a powerhouse. And I think when you go into modular, it's my opinion, you should have one of these, because you have the clock, which can be so you don't need a divider, in my opinion, if you have that. You can use it to have Euclidean triggers for drums, other things, and you have quantization, which means you can, and looping, like in a how is it called, Turing machine. So you can create loops. I use it sometimes for simple bass loop, something like that, and you can cross modulate one channel with another, and so on. So there's so much potential in this, and I think you can do a lot more than I do. But perhaps it would be a good challenge to mainly use this and a couple of other voices, whatever. Okay, so this is my master clock, and I use it, as I said, sometimes for bass lines, not so much for modulation, or nearly never for modulation, but it could do it. Euclidean triggers also not, because I have here the next module, which is the DivKid, and just give it a clock. Just a second. I think it's good. Okay, put in the clock here. And then you see you can mute, unmute. You have two options. You can switch between. This is good. You can switch between triggers and gates. And additionally, when you hold it, you can switch the mode. A lot of modes. This is kind of a coin toss. Now you see when A is blinking. Oh, every channel of the 4 has two outputs, A and B, which is good when you use a hi-hat and an open and closed one. Or here is my kick, and when I use a snare, it's here. So you can shuffle it however you want. You can have different clocks on different channels if you want. And additionally, you can change this probability here with CV also, so you can move the patterns. So let's just, yeah, you see, you have different possibilities to use it. So I do my main drums and percussion with it, if I do not use the Oxy as a sequencer for drums, but this is, in my opinion, it's a really cool thing. Okay, so then here is my very reduced drum section from normally. This is the battering ram here. This is absolutely good kick in my opinion. It's from Shakmat. And yeah, you have two styles. The red one is the distorted one. This is a cleaner one. You have level control, decay, click, pitch. You can CV everything. You can lock the pitch, that's good. You can use this button here, then the gate's on. So if you send a longer gate, you can use it as a bass, not only as a kick. You can store and recall. And what is good here, you have an envelope out, which you can invert. This is good for sidechaining or for other stuff you need. Next module is Shakmat. It's a digital one. It's a hi-hat module, Archer's Rig. I love it. You have, and what I like with these modules, you have a trigger, and I would be happy if other modules would have the trigger too, because sometimes if you want to try out an envelope or things, it's sometimes much easier when you can just press a trigger and you do not need a trigger or gate from another module. Okay, yeah, as I said, I cannot show you the sound, but perhaps I do it later so you just have an impression what I use. It's a digital module, it's really cool. It has different algorithms. You can change the source, the FX, so it's an effect integrated, a filter type, ring modulator, gain and velocity, and then you can change, like here, the filter, and then you would hear when you increase or decrease the filter amount. You can tune it, save, load. You have here, I'm not sure how many presets, but a lot, and you can save these. You have a trigger for closed and open, one out, so the out is 1, and you cannot fire both, I think. The open one has a higher priority. I'm not sure if you fire both at the same time, which one wins. The next one here is the Erica synth PICO drums, which is a very small sample drum with 2 channels, which is cool. So you have 2 triggers, 1 out, and you can use it for snare, claps. There are some weird sounds on it, and additionally you can, when you have a special small adapter, you can put your own samples on the module, and it's only, is it, I think 3 HP? Yeah, so I have 2 of these, and here in this setup I don't have so much space, so I use the kick and the hats, which are very good ones, and the rest is done here with the samples. So next one is the plasma drive. It's lighting up when we have an input, hopefully. Yeah, you see it here. It's a distortion module, yes, which creates a very harsh but interesting sound. It has an integrated equalizer. You can octave up and down, and you can somehow trigger special things. I'm not so deep into it, to be honest. I just use it and it sounds good. Then you have CV control, and this module is a bit of a beast in means of size. It's not only a very wide one. I'm not sure how many HP it is wide, but it's wide. And additionally, it's very deep. So in my case here, I can put it only here because in the lower row we have the power headers at the bottom, so the module will not fit. And here I have on the left side all the MIDI stuff, which has PCB down here, and here the audio in and out, which has a PCB down here. So this module is so deep it doesn't fit in there. And additionally, in my case, below these modules I have a spring reverb in the bottom for the Erica Synth Spring, Black Spring Reverb, I think is the name. Haven't used it for a long time, but you have to somewhere has the spring to be, and it's down there because the only option in this case. Okay, next one is Jasmine and Olive Trees Water, or it's Traffic is the name of the module, and they have 3 modules: Water, Traffic and Hotel. You have the overlays, you can clock it, and then you have some kind of 9 CV. Put it in here, just a second. Yeah, you can turn the knobs. It's like a bit of a sequencer, but it's more for CV. So yeah, you can reset it. You have random triggers, and this is cool for drum modulation. You can use unipolar and bipolar. And this is one module I really like for drum modulation, especially for hi-hats or a bit for the kick. Next one is Mod Medusa, which I clock now. It's also a modulator. Just install the scope. And the cool thing here is it's a Euclidean LFO, which means you have LFO parents, but they are Euclidean. So when I now have 2, you see right now it's bipolar. I can switch to unipolar, and we have the unipolar or bipolar. This is cool. And then you can, now it makes no effect, but when we switch on the peak sync, this is that the peak here is synced to the clock. So normally when I would have a kick or something, you would hear it. And this is cool additionally. And then you have 4 LFOs, 4 outs. And you see the lights here, these are the 4 LFOs. You can change the length. and the density, and the shape. I just use one, it's easier to see. There are really cool shapes for an LFO. Symmetry is also a good thing. So you see, you can create real cool modulations, and you can CV control them, and it's all clocked, which is really cool.